items, so that even with that one click, they might think, oh, I can get that pair of sneakers or I can get that Apple iWatch. You have to save up money. You cannot just go purchase on your parents' credit card.
And that ignorance can be expensive. Nearly a third of parents say they've caught their kids making unauthorized purchases online with an average price tag of about $170. That's way more than the typical $100 monthly allowance.
I would say monthly $25.
I don't give allowances. I make them work for chores. So, yeah, I don't. $20 a week.
And it's not just video games and hoodies. Some kids are clicking their way to big buys: computers, smartwatches, even stocks and crypto.
They want it because TikTok or whoever is telling them they have to have it because the next person that they're all following, is getting paid millions of dollars to promote it. But I think that, again, as a parent, it's our conversation to have with them. Put that in the cart and do not press purchase until mom or dad or our caregiver sees that purchase and says yes.
Despite all that, nearly 1 in 4 parents admit they rarely check what their kids are doing online. Experts say that's a mistake because a little monitoring can stop a blown allowance from turning into a major bill.
The only other tip I would give to parents is to not freak out about it and to really make sure you actually do use it as a teaching moment.
Experts say handing out cash isn't enough. Every spend should actually be a lesson. Start small with real-world examples like shopping or chores. If you're using digital tools, make sure they come with parental controls. And finally, set goals, encourage saving, and teach kids to wait before making big buys.
The Edge at 11 starts now.
Well, tonight on The Edge, Detroit police are hunting for a group of burglars.
Officers say 8 suspects were caught on camera breaking into a community center on the city's east side. And that's not all. Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack joining us live from the west side to explain. Jess.
Yeah, Detroit police saying that they are offering a reward for any information leading to the arrest of this group that's really terrorizing some businesses and now a recreational center here in Detroit. Now, the good news is Detroit police were able to snatch some security images, and I want you to take a look at these guys. Now, admittedly, a little tough to see because they all have masks on, but you can see some of their eyes and pay attention to their clothing. There's a couple distinct hoodies in there. Now, Detroit police say they tried to get into a recreation center near the Jefferson Chalmers neighborhood. That was on September 8th. They broke several windows but didn't get inside, and they were actually using one of those tools that you can use to break out of a window in your car. That was reportedly what they were trying to use there. Now, today, Detroit police link these 8 guys to a burglary at JB's. That's a clothing store on the city's east side. They did get in there, and they got inside by breaking windows.
My guess is at least $80,000 to $90,000 merchandise of the worth is gone. The Jerome Craig jackets, all other stuff. This you can see all the Subi, RTA, and Cult of Individuality. This whole rack is empty. The tables are empty.
And now that was the store's manager there at JB's, and those brands that he was listing off, very high-end streetwear. I guess once they got inside, they just loaded up their arms and then ran out of the store, leaving it a total mess. I mean, we're talking about $90,000. That is a big hit for a small business. Now, again, Detroit police are offering a $1,000 reward. If you want another look at those images that we showed you a little bit earlier, they will be on our website. If you know these guys, if they look familiar, call Detroit police. You can cash in. Reporting live on Detroit's west side, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
Now, unfortunately, in this case, there is power in numbers. Talk for a moment about the concerted effort that these guys have together. Is it pretty randomized in how they come in and just kind of ransack, or do they have a plan, does it seem, in all these different cases?
Yeah, it seems pretty random. I'm told that they are a young group of guys. They're armed with some kind of ragtag tools. One had a crowbar, I believe. The other had something to punch holes in windows. And really, there's not quite a connection between this rec center and the clothing store. Maybe crimes of opportunity. And it does appear, as we see in all of these cases, a lot of these cases, they're using stolen cars. So they steal the car, do the burglary, dump the car, and then rinse and repeat.
Well, let's hope that somebody recognizes a couple of these guys and does the right thing. We hope for that. Of course, we know you keep us updated. Jessica Dupnack for us live tonight. Thank you.
Detroit police investigating an East Side shooting that sent 2 people to the hospital in serious condition tonight. Officers say several suspects assaulted a man in his 50s on Mack near Haverhill around 5:30. Then one of those suspects was apparently shot during the fight. It's not clear who pulled the trigger, but 3 people we're told are in custody. Prosecutors pushing for the death penalty for the man accused of murdering political activist Charlie Kirk.
Tyler Robinson officially charged with aggravated murder and 6 other crimes. The 22-year-old from Utah not showing much emotion during his first hearing. Prosecutors say they found Robinson's DNA on the gun used in the assassination. He's accused of admitting to the murder and planning it a week in advance. Messages between Robinson and his roommate, who he was in a relationship with, also coming to light.
Why did I do it? Roommate, yeah. Robinson, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence.
Prosecutors say Robinson's parents convinced him to turn himself in. Our coverage doesn't stop here. We'll be following this story and bringing you all the latest updates on air and online as the investigation and trial move forward. You can always find all of our reporting on our website, fox2detroit.com. A Port Huron man denied bond after allegedly shooting and killing his son and hurting his 2 other kids.
44-year-old Jeffrey Smurr was in court today and charged with murder. Prosecutors say Smurr killed his 17-year-old son and wounded his 13-year-old son and 12-year-old daughter. That happened early last Thursday morning. Court documents allege Smurr planned the shooting at least a week before pulling the trigger.
The investigation revealed that the defendant also admitted to shooting each of the 3 children. He admitted to having contemplated committing these acts for at least a week prior, and he again admitted to intending to kill them when he shot the children.
Smurr is also prohibited from having contact with his children. If convicted, he faces up to life in prison.
Well, the Detroit man accused of murdering 13-year-old Naziah Harris back in court today. Defense attorneys for Jarvis Butts filing a motion to adjourn the jury trial. They're trying to take out evidence of his criminal past. The judge will be hearing arguments about that tomorrow morning. Prosecutors say in addition to the murder of Harris, Butts has at least 4 other criminal sexual cases against minors ages 4 to 15 years old. The teen's alleged killer is showing up for a hearing on the same day she would have turned 15 years old.
And this all happening while the Harris family looks for what they call complete justice. And Fox News' Dave Spencer is here now with more on what that means. Dave?
Yeah, complete justice. In the words of Naziah Harris's cousin, complete justice means everyone and anyone who was responsible not only for her death, but also any potential cover-up that may have occurred both before or after her death. In an effort to reach as many people possible, Kiwana Morton started a campaign asking people to do what she's doing here, releasing pink balloons in Harris's honor. Take a video of this act and then upload it to social media with the hashtag #CompleteJusticeForNaziah. The idea is to never let her story die. This all stems from her disappearance after getting off a school bus in January of 2024. She was just 13 at the time. Now she's presumed to be dead, even though her body's never been found. At a park where that balloon release was taking place, random kids playing nearby came over to say they want to see justice for Naziah, showing how far and wide her story is reaching.
I would like to see just that, complete justice, and that's not just for him alone, that's for whoever had anything to do with this.
Is that hard to define right now, what complete justice looks like?
Complete justice would look like for me is everyone paying that had any involvement, any knowledge of, okay, that in any way.
Now, despite the fact that she's never been found, the search for her and additional evidence has never stopped. After my story aired tonight at 10, I got a text from Hassan Williams with Crime Stoppers. He says they have never stopped looking for Naziah, saying this case is deeply personal to a lot of people in the community. Dave Spencer on The Edge.
Another beautiful day for us. Lots of sunshine, blue skies, temperatures topping out in the lower 80s. You can see why. We have high pressure over Quebec and Ontario, over Michigan as well. Now, notice there are places that are getting active weather in Nebraska, parts of Iowa, and again, down across the mid-Atlantic with our coastal low, not a tropical storm, but an interesting feature nonetheless. Here are the daytime highs. 83 for us, 80 up around Traverse City, 80s running wild for Mount Pleasant, Lansing, Muskegon, Reagan and Benton Harbor all topping out at 80. There it is. The average high 75. We made it to 83 today, not close to any records. Temperatures continue to cool off just a bit, and that'll be the case for the rest of tonight with a very light breeze. There will be some patchy fog heading into the overnight, and I'll show you why. High pressure slowly moving from our east to our south and east, so that means the winds are pretty light, and that will give rise to some of that fog. But it's a warm forecast over the next couple of days, especially. Some patchy fog, perhaps down to 58. Tomorrow is a repeat of today. Lots of sunshine, up to 82, and then right there is that 7-day forecast. It does come down a bit, those temperatures, Friday and Saturday, but next week we officially welcome fall on Monday. A full check at 4 a.m.
Why are you grabbing
Step
me
over
like
here.
that?
Step over here. You're detained.
I can walk by myself.
Relax.
Why are you
Relax.
grabbing me? I don't
Relax. Back and let's clear everybody.
Excuse me.
Relax. Stop. 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 Stop, ma'am.
Why are you pulling my hair?
Stop it.
I don't feel safe.
Tough times between Detroit police and a woman being taken away in cuffs. We'll explain what was going on here and what the fallout is. You're watching The Edge at 11.
Plus, grade school is where you're taught the basics, including how to treat one another. But it turns out not everyone is taking those lessons very seriously. Who's being accused of fostering a hostile work environment at an elementary school?